So again, thank you very much for everybody turning up tonight. Very much appreciated. We have a special guest with us tonight, and I have asked Josh to come on board and help us with some value conversation and some value setting and really energy and posture around the pricing and the value, I guess, the value proposition of the Ultimate Pack and really pretty much of the systems, because he had a stellar week last week and even the week before, I think, with some enrollments of the Ultimate Pack. But for those who don't know Josh, Josh is a former FIFO construction supervisor who had enough of being told when and how long he would be away from his two beautiful babies, who are absolutely super duper cute, by the way, Josh. He was also a Queensland country representative rugby player that, from stress, poor nutrition and a lack of energy, let himself go and actually lost 15 kilos and a lot of confidence. He's a Start 1000 member. He's an ISA Cambodia winner, which is where we met, 2-star Crystal Executive, 3-star Golden Circle, and is doing incredible things and really showing up with some incredible energy through social media as well. So, Josh, it is over to you. Can you please work your magic with these guys and really share your posturing and even, just the basics of your conversation and how you are really showing the people that you're talking to the value around, the 737. So,
yeah, okay, cool. And I mean, I didn't even know, because there was an enrollment back in NZ, and it's even more. I'd have to have a look. What's the Ultimate Pack in NZ? Have you got the numbers there on what it is?
Kel, do you know what Kel or G or Shani, do you know what the price is for the Ultimate Pack in New Zealand?
I'll carry on anyway, but yeah, it's up there, like it's big time. So, so in the last 2 weeks, I've had 5 Ultimate Pack enrollments, and then even before that, I can't remember the last time I had a sort of a 30-day enrollment for. It's been a long time, so it's always Premium Pack. But I suppose, when I'm talking, let's go straight to it. And when I'm talking about posture and that sort of thing, it's weird because I was just thinking about it earlier. Never ever used to talk about the Business Builders Pack ever. You know what I mean? Whether I suppose it was very similar. It was similar, wasn't it? Yeah, it was very similar in the products and that sort of thing. But, the way that it was worded, Business Builders Pack, and a lot of people just aren't, they're not. And sorry, I missed that chat. What was the number? 6. Yeah, so the Business Builders Pack, I never used to share it because, if I'm talking to someone that's just got weight loss goals, that really doesn't want to build a business, I'm not going to be going, oh, you should grab the Business Builders Pack. I just didn't have anything around it. It was always, no one really ever reached out for that pack. It was just the Premium Pack. So, I suppose let's look at the last 4 guys that came on. 2 of them, 3 of them were rugby boys, and and they had just come to me for weight loss. And that's just the first pack that I go for now, you know what I mean? They're like, okay, so 869, booyah. So, it's up there, NZ. That was Cam Riddler. So, posture around it. Yeah, so, that's just the first thing I go to. And then if there's any word around, the pack pricing, then it's, I'm talking to them about the Premium Pack is just, it's just as good. You're not going to get as much support. You're not going to get as many snacks. You're probably not, and just having that wording around the Ultimate Pack. I'll talk through the guys. So Andrew Ridgway that came to me, he was a guy that I was just going through our lifestyle page, just flicking through, looking at old members that I'd added, and I was like, oh yeah, here's one of the boys. Flicked him a message, and straight away he was like, well, I've been thinking about this for a long time. Thanks for connecting with me. And he was he's a busy, he's a welder, boilermaker. So. And he's real busy. He's working for his family. He doesn't have too much time for snacking and that. So obviously, posture around the Ultimate Pack, it's like you get more snacks with this. You're going to get better results. He's got 15 kilos that he wants to lose. And he used to be like a little halfback. So I don't know where he'd be holding the weight. He must just be a little round little man. But Yeah, so just went straight to the ultimate pack, you know, but then before that, it's the cake recipe, you know, like I haven't always used Jackson Parr's cake recipe, but right now, like getting less objections. So I'm just, first up question is like, you know, would you mind if I'm asking you a couple of questions to see if this fits for you? And then just going to straight in there being like, okay, so what's your ultimate goal? Getting them really connected with the way that they're feeling now, the way that they could feel in like 30, 60, 90 days. And then taking them back to how they feel now and what happens if you don't start. And then, you know, like, I mean, we've got them connected with that why, connected with how they're feeling. And then it's just like, and then they're like, okay, so sweet. So how do I start? And I'm just like, well, we've got different packs for different budgets and different goals, but the best pack that we've got is the ultimate pack, you know. And then I'll talk around, you know, that it's got the best support, it's got snack options. And I normally send, you know, there's those 4 PDFs, one with the prices of all the ultimate pack, premium pack, and then, you know, like for their goals. So I mean, yeah, he was looking at like a little bit of performance, a little bit of weight loss, so I sent him both things, and I sort of just talked to him about, you know, the ultimate pack being the better one and then the premium pack. And like he actually came back with like, oh, I really want to get into the gym, I think I might just jump on the premium pack, performance pack. But one thing that was it when we were in Melbourne, Lisa, that Lockie was talking about, he likes to start people off just on a premium pack, like just on a weight loss pack, so that they can use the system first in the first 30 days, get the benefits from that, and then incorporate the AMP products. Was he talking about it then? Yeah. And so like, I love that, you know, like, and that's how I actually like, that's how I feel about it too. Everyone should start off like I always, the first 30 days, no matter what people are after, is just, you know, just get on, have as much supplements as you can. So the premium pack, for weight loss, or the ultimate pack, even if they're, you know, wanting to bulk up, I'll just put Isoline Pro on the weight loss pack, you know what I mean, so that they're getting all the supplements so that they can feel the energy, they can feel really good, and then the second month go to work on putting on that lean muscle. Yeah, so that was Andrew, you know what I mean, and then he was just like, yep, sweet, I'm all in, got the ultimate pack. Next guy was Bradley Neho, dude that's like, I think he's 200 plus kegs. All of these guys I've been talking to for quite some time. So Brad's been, I mean, I've been talking to him for years. I actually thought that I'd scared him away at one stage, but he just deactivated his Facebook account. And I thought he'd like blocked me, but, you know, and that's the whole thing around not thinking about what they're thinking, like not, I suppose not taking offense and not thinking around the fact, you know, the only thing is he blocked his account. So I messaged them, you know, I text messaged them, but hey bro, how you going? And then it rolled on from there. It was actually after a Super Saturday. Brett was up on stage talking about, you know, write down your name list and just get to work on contacting him. And I just right then and there just was like, okay, I haven't talked to Brad because I was going through my phone. Normally I'll go on Facebook. I messaged them straight away and it came from there, you know. Actually, at that Super Saturday, Alan was talking about, don't think that whatever's going on in the background is what you've done, like me thinking that I chased them away. And so it was just cool that all of that happened from that Super Saturday. Bradley, yeah, he wants to lose 100 kilos, probably plus, you know, so he's got a massive weight loss journey. I went straight and plugged him into a couple of big boys that have lost a lot of weight. And, you know, before I suppose I connected them with Brad, I talked to them beforehand and said, you know, like, I mean, obviously he's got massive weight loss goals, and both of the boys had started on premium packs. I just got both of them to say, you know, best way for him to he set up the ultimate pack. And then I said to him as well, you know, and he just without even batting an eyelid just was like, sweet, like, let's get amongst this. So it was just posture again around the ultimate pack. Cam Riddler, one of the boys from back in NZ, you know what I mean? We're talking about the price being up there. You know, he's got a family of 4 kids, and he's a hard worker. And he's actually, like, I've been in Isagenix 3 years. This is his 3rd time enrolling. So he starts like at the start of the year, does a little bit, drops off, starts again, you know. So this is the 3rd time I've enrolled him. But I definitely didn't think that he'd go for the ultimate pack. I sent him the PDFs, you know, the price and then the photos, and again just talked to him about, he's a busy construction worker, just and busy with his family and that sort of thing. Talk to him about, how much time do you have for prepping your meals, and I mean, he's done it before, so he knows the snack options. And last time I didn't give him an option for the business builders pack. So yeah, I just went straight for the ultimate pack. And then Dan, the last guy, he's broke as a joke, like no money for the last year. And I actually invited him last year to Celebration. So it's been a year and a half plus that me and him have been talking. I connected with him on like a Kiwi Daddies page, just a Facebook page, and we've just been chatting. And I've been like, he's been going through some hard times, so I've sort of just been like, just being there for him, just messaging him whenever I see him put up a post that he's feeling bad and that sort of thing. So just staying in contact with him. Never really, and it was a reverse prospect because he was on the page talking about what's the travel one. He was on the page talking about the travel network marketing. So I sort of just reverse prospected him, and I've been sort of following up with him through there. But he's broke as a joke. So like that's been the problem, and I've been just on him. Every now and then I'll drop the old, like, well, if nothing changes, nothing's going to change, bro. Like you need to do something. And I'm always like, just beg, borrow, and steal. Anyway, we got closer and closer. He messaged me a couple of weeks, and he's like, look, I've just got to start. I'm going to find the money, and then he ended up, he's got the cash there, but he wasn't going to get it until next Thursday. And I'd signed up 3 ultimate packs, and I had 1 day left for the winter challenge. And so with he wants to be a business builder. He wants to come in the ground running. He wants to come to summer kickoff coming up. And so knowing that we're going to get a free summer kickoff ticket if I enrolled 4 people for the month, I just said to him, listen, we've got this incentive on at the moment. If you get started by 2:00 tomorrow instead of Thursday next week, I'll give you that summer kickoff ticket. And then right then and there, he was like, sweet, I'll get my mum's credit card. I'll pay her the money off next Thursday, so like, I mean, that's not because it's uncompliant to give people things to enroll them, but the dude was already enrolling, you know what I mean? So, and it's the same as like, if you might have heard before, if someone is going to be a business builder and they're sort of umming and ahhing and they might start next week or the week after, if you go to them and say, listen, I'm about to enroll 3 people, some of them are going to, one of them's going to be a really good business builder. I know that they're going to bring in a lot of people. You want to build this as a business. How about you get started now before I sign them up? And you're going to have a couple of people already under you, you know what I mean? And when they start to build, that business volume is going to come through you, and it's going to blow up your business, So there's different ways about talking. There's different ways about creating that urgency. So it's like, yeah, I've got to get started, You can always, sometimes, and the same again about, I thought that I might have pushed too hard because I sent him that message, and normally he messages me straight back. But the message sat there after I said to him, if you get started before 2 p.m. tomorrow, I'll give you that ticket. And so I thought I'd chase them away, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But it was him actually not talking because he was running around trying to find the cash, not that, that me thinking that I'd pushed them too far. So again, you just got to take that hat off about pushing too hard. You always know how far to push. So yeah, that was Dan. And then so the 5th one was his mum. His mum jumped on. Obviously, it's not my personally enrolled, but it pretty much is because I did all the talking. So she was all for no. I'm not going to get I'm not going to be a business builder. So I talked to Dan that I signed up about. He said he wants to build a business. I said, he's got big goals. He wants to lose 10 kilos. He wants to lean up. He wants to put on some lean muscle. So. I just said to him, look, if you really want to build this business, you need to taste as much products as you can. And the ultimate pack is the way to go so that you know how to set up people. And if I start you on this pack, you're going to have posture around this pack because you're going to be able to feel, what everything does. And so then onwards from that. And I just sort of talked to him about the figures, people that start on the 30-day pack, will actually share the 30-day pack. And it's not, and unless you can go to work on their posture, but that's what you see. The people that I've enrolled on 30 days start people on 30 days because they didn't start themselves on a higher pack. So, yeah, Dan, and then his mum was like, no, I'm just going to start on the premium pack. And then I went to work with her, and she asked sort of like about a couple of different scenarios about Herbalife and Isagenix, and I said, look, I don't really like to go between the two, but I sort of just talked about the cleansing component. I sent her Mary Evans why Isagenix, and then onwards, and then she just bought in as well. But it's funny because before woken up before meeting my before meeting my lovely partner Emma. I always used to think about I used to think about you know, I'd love to follow a leader, just sit with them and listen to them and watch them and see what they do for a day, you know, and I'm lucky enough to be able to do that now, and sitting next to her and listening to the way that she talks to people about, you know, the cleansing and component and this and that, you know, it really helps, you know, but it helps build yourself up. So like, I mean, for everyone else to, and I never used to do enough three-way calls, so for everyone else to be able to do that, it's plugging into Lisa and letting her do the work on a three-way call, and so that you can listen to the way that she's talking to people, because it matters, you know, like, I mean, but and I'm not sure if you can pick it up by the way that I talk, and I'm always yelling, and Emma's like, you've got to quiet down, but my energy, you know, your energy is what attracts people. And so when I get on that, and I've hid behind Facebook for way too long, all of these people I got on the phone with and I talked to them about it, or I got face to face, and like, it's stupid because I always talk about energy with people, you know, but yet I wasn't doing it. And so, you know, getting back on the phone, getting out and talking to people, and doing extra, you know, like, I mean, when Brett was saying just write down names and send out messages, that was the first. I used to do that all the time, and I used to love being in that game, you know, of messaging people and getting replies and just talking to them and actually connecting instead of connecting with them on purpose for this, you know, to get them or something. So it was just cool to be able to, you know, set some coffee dates, get out and talk to some people that I hadn't talked to for a while. So yeah.
Awesome. So can I just I just wanted to say thank you, because your energy is there. Like, seriously, I'm like, you can take a breath. It's all good. Because the energy that you have is obviously infectious, and when you're just coaching us, and you know, you have it there. So please, everybody who's here, just take this on, from just even the energy around, like, just the talking, but also seeing Josh's face. This is also what people buy into. So remember that, you know, largely they're buying into themselves and their goals, but really, you know, they're also buying into you, because we know that the peer support that we offer people is a large portion of what we do, right? And what they want as well. So peer support drives behavior change. And you have to show up. You have to show your face. You have to show your voice. And get out off text and send a video. Get them on the phone, or just be voice, or, you know, phone messaging through Facebook somewhere. Like, sharing the face-to-face energy, because it is, you know, it's, you know, like, it's drawing, right? There's just my thoughts around the Ultimate Pack are this: we never had it. Right, and I think this is one of the reasons why we don't promote it, is because we actually never had it before. And I'm with you, Josh. Like, I never went to the Business Builders Pack, never. I didn't even offer it to people. It was always, there's just the President's Pack and the 30-day, right? Is this what you did too? And probably Emma as well. There was only the two that we ever went back and forth. There was only ever two options. But now, you know, I straight away, I say to people, we have three options for you to start on. There's the Ultimate Pack, the Premium Pack, and we also have just the standard 30-day system. They range from $737 down to about $400. And really, it's based on the ultimate success that you want. And I like something that you said. So let's talk about, like, word psychology and, like, seeding. So you said, in Jackson Parr's cake recipe, what's your ultimate goal? So if I was to just, through conversation, through it wouldn't be through typing, but it would be through word. If I'm not like saying, what's your ultimate goal? I'm so excited for your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal sounds amazing. Like, seriously, like, I'm working with you towards your ultimate goal. I'm not going to be using it every second word, but I'm certainly going to be dropping it in every conversation. So when it comes time for me to recommend a pack, and I say, oh, we know we've got these incredible packs, and we've got the Ultimate Pack, that's what I would recommend for you because your goals are so amazing. That's seriously where I would go. That person has already heard the word ultimate. They haven't heard the word premium, because we're not working on premium results, and they haven't heard the word 30-day. So that's some, that's some verbiage seeding. So if we can just get used to, and that's kind of like a little bit of NLP. It's not manipulation. It's just, we want the best success for people, right? Do we not? Like, hands up if you want the best success for your people and you want them to have the very best experience that they can possibly have through Isagenix. And I love also, Josh, that you said, if this person is going to come in and they're going to be, let's say, they're going to be a super sharer or a business builder, you want them to have the very best spread of products and the best taste of everything. And we know that generally the pack that the person comes in on is the one that they are going to have the best success sharing. That's just hands down. We would see this all the time. If somebody did come in on a 30-day system, guess what? They are sharing the most of. They're sharing the most of the 30-day system because they're making the decision for somebody else based on their financial experience. Okay, and I just want to give you just a little thing that I did last night, because I think since the Ultimate Pack has been out, we've actually sold 2. And last night, when I was speaking to a lady who I've never met, it's all just been online and then voice to voice. I sent her, we were on the phone, I said, I'm just going to send you the pack recommendations so that you can actually see them, because I'm a visual learner and I'm visual, so I love to see things. So I'm going to send them to you. So as I talk to you, you can actually see what I'm explaining. So I sent her, as we were on the phone, the picture of the PDF that Josh was talking about. You all know which one we're speaking about? You all know? So there's the PDF. New Zealand, you guys have got your prices. Aussie, we've got ours, right? So I sent it to her. And guess which pack I spoke about? I spoke about the Ultimate Pack. And then I zipped my lip, which was very, very hard. I spoke about it. I told her what was in it. And then I shut up. And I was actually so uncomfortable because I kept wanting to talk. And then I just was quiet. And I allowed her to just ask me questions around that pack. So I waited. She's like, what's the difference between the Ultimate Pack and the Premium Pack? I said, look, you get a much better spread of product in the Ultimate Pack. You get and I went through the different things. I said, these things are incredible. You just get a great thing. Your partner, you said that he works heaps. You don't do caffeine, but he could do the e-shots. And so I only spoke about the one pack, and I let her ask me questions about the differences between the others. And then I said, so if you're happy to make a decision, you just let me know which one you want to go for. And I shut up. And I was so uncomfortable.
How hard is that to do, though? On that same Super Saturday that I was talking about, there was someone up on stage talking about stop filling the space. You don't need to talk and fill the space, because Lisa, if we're conversating and I'm telling you about all of these things and I start to talk about the Premium Pack and I start to talk about the 30-day pack, your mind is getting full of stuff. Whereas I think that's awesome. That's so cool that you just went quiet there. Let them, like, they've seen the PDF, they see that there's a lesser pack and that sort of thing. You don't have to. I like that, because I actually run through them all. From now it'll just be Ultimate Pack, leave it there, then let them to talk. That's awesome, man. I like that.
Yeah. And so that's kind of like my tip. It's like, when you're speaking to them and you are giving them the recommendation, please make sure that they have that PDF in front of them as you are explaining the Ultimate Pack. Explain it and then just learn to be quiet, because I think that what we do, I know that I'm saying me in my experience, what I've done is I have actually talked them out of the Ultimate Pack, like you just said, Josh. Then I've gone on to explain the Premium Pack, and then I've gone on to explain the 30-day. And when we're speaking and we're talking to people, they're only remembering the last piece of information that we gave them. So if I'm going down the list and I'm saying Ultimate Pack, Premium Pack, 30-day, they're only remembering the 30-day. So then I say, so what would you like to do? Oh, I think I'll take the 30-day. Right? So it's almost as if we just gab on far too long, and we actually talk them out of their best success. Now, we know that, of course, we always have to come into a person's budget, definitely. And we always, of course, want to get people started where they're at. And that there will be, some people who, look, $8.69 in New Zealand is incredible. Like, that's an incredible price. And if we've built value around it, we hope that they understand. But there may be times that it's just too far reaching for people. So we understand that. So we will always work with people where they're at. So Josh or Em, I know Em's in the background, how would you work with somebody, and even, like how would you work with someone kind of delving into their budget, as into finding which way would fit best? Like, how have you got tips on that?
Yeah, for sure. So, like, I mean, I'd definitely go to work. So go to work on getting what their goals is, get them cemented in there, you know what I mean, so that we know exactly where their pain is, how much that hurts. Like, how long have you felt like that for? Have you felt you felt like that for a year? Oh my God, like that must really suck. So they hurt, they're in pain, they're sitting there knowing that it's been so long. And then, if the budget thing does come up, we've talked about the ultimate pack, and then and then he's like, oh, I can't really afford that premium pack. No, not so much. Okay, 30 days, cool. Let's look at that. Let's look at tacking a couple more things on, like some bars and some e-shots that are going to be able to help out. But, I mean, it gets spoken about a lot, and I don't think I used to do enough of it, but really going to work on, okay, so let's just step back a little bit and be like, what are you spending throughout your day? How many coffees are you having? You're obviously not looking after your health that well, so what are you out there grabbing? And if it's a couple of V drinks and some Powerade here, it's just going to work on, we've got e-shots for that. You mightn't even need it after you start to use the full system, and we cleanse you, your energy is just going to come back in. You're not going to have to rely on this stuff. I mean, I used to send, I don't know, so I used to send people away to be like, well, I mean, if you can't afford it right now, then you just, let's send you away for a little while and save. But since I've been able to really lock into getting them into their goals, and what you talked about just before, Lisa, about having those three options. I love the fact that we've got three options now, is that most people are going to be like, most people go for the middle if they've, people look and be like, I don't care what you said, I'm just going to go for the middle because, I don't want to have the stink one, I don't have to get the great one, I just want to get the premium pack. But, if we're having those three, and then people like looking at the bottom, but yeah, I suppose just since being able to get the goals and, having a little bit more posture around it, and talking about how much they're spending and that sort of thing, I haven't had to send someone away to save. It's just been getting them cemented really well. But then, like I said, talking about talking about what they can afford and how much they're spending a day. I've started people on shaking cleans packs, and then talking them right down. They've only had a few $100s, and it's like, okay, so let's, what? And they're like, oh, should I just wait to get something? And that with them waiting, it's just not going to happen. It's better to have someone come on and do something than sit there for the next year being like, I'm going to save. So, always working towards their budget, having posture around the packs, but always helping them get started. So shaking cleans pack, and then it's just a matter of building. I think I've come to Lisa a while back on, asking her about, I think it was vegan options, for people that, can't afford to get this and that. So, it's just about then going to work on helping them with their snacks and just saying, look, it's going to be a lot harder, but you and I can work really just making sure that they know that they're going to be supported, no matter how they start. But yeah, it's just working to their budget, having posture around the packs, but working towards their budget. With the ultimate pack with Cam, and like I sort of sat there for a little bit, and I was like, the dude's got 5 kids. I know that he's sort of struggling. And when I looked at the 800 and whatever, you know what I mean? For a second there, it did sort of, because he started before on premium packs, the President's pack of old, and it sort of sat there for a minute, and I was like, that's a lot of money. Like, that's a lot of money for a guy that's working hard, but But when I, and if I hadn't have gone to work on his goals, you know what? I would never ever have said to him, go with the ultimate pack. But I knew how badly he wants to get back to the way that he used to feel. And so no, like hands down, I'm like ultimate pack, bro, like all the way. And he can hear it in my energy because I believe in that, because of the fact that I got to his goals. If I didn't know where he wanted to be, if I didn't know his pain that he was in right now, I would have just gone, oh, you want to lose some weight? And you don't have really that much money, let's get you on the 30-day pack or whatever, you know what I mean? There's no way I would have ever shot for that, but yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I really love that, because it's like when you get so invested, when people are in like trusting you so much that they are bearing their soul to you, you kind of, I would say, like, you kind of do them a disservice by not investing back into them and helping them understand the investment back into themselves of their goals, and then allowing them to fall short. I mean, look, we know that people can get exceptional results on a smaller pack anyway, but give them the best thing. Like, I hands down, I think that everybody should definitely have, all the vitamins in the complete essentials. Like, absolutely. We all know that they make an incredible difference. So, at the end of the day, I'm sure that Isagenix have had a look at how they are structuring their systems for the best success for people. Because remember, it's not to them. This isn't just about selling products. This company doesn't run on that ethos. Like, they don't. They structure their systems for people to get the very best results, like hands down. So there is a method to the systemization of the products for people to get the ultimate success. And if you could borrow that belief, which I wish I had just recorded, that's kind of sometimes what's needed. You have to believe in that yourself and then throw that belief across to people, like, honestly. And actually, I just wanted to share something with you. No worries, Jer, if you have to go. I took a screenshot yesterday because I wanted to work out how much of a discount that they actually got when they ordered the ultimate pack. So I took a screenshot. So the ultimate pack that I did last night, which of course was the Aussie one, the lady got a discount of nearly $250. So I think that that's pretty good. Like, we're offering this incredible pack, which is for ultimate results, and we're also delivering them a $250 discount. Of course, preferred customer on associate, so she gets 25% discount, plus the 5% for auto ship, but she gets a discount for it being packaged together as a system. I don't think I've ever told anybody that they're going to get a $250 discount if they buy this incredible pack for their ultimate success. Just another piece of information to slip in your back pocket, because everybody wants to save money. Okay, there's 2 human needs. Well, there's four things: save money, make money, save time, make time, which are the same thing. But just understand, when you're speaking to people, show them how to save money, make money, save time, make time. Okay, I'm going to save you $250, and I'm going to give you the ultimate success. It'll be $869.40 New Zealand dollars. How would you like to pay? Sometimes you have to have that posture. And remember that we're to never assume for people, because whatever pack we started on is generally what we're going to assume that because we got energy around that. You need to shake that off. You need to shake off the energy around the pack that you started on and deliver the people that you are speaking to the ultimate success. All right.
I suppose on that would be like, if you didn't start on the ultimate pack and you really want to start sharing that, and it would be like, get all of the products that the ultimate pack's got in it and smash out a full 30 days, you know what I mean? So that you feel the effects of what that does to you, you know what I mean? So then that off there you're going to have posture around it, because you're getting all the supplementation, you're going to be getting all the snack support, you're going to find out how easy it is, so like, I mean, obviously if you can afford it, then do that, and your posture will change. Like Emma signed up a guy just down the road today on an ultimate pack, and it's it's from talking about it so much, it's from talking about between her and I being like, you know what I mean, like that's just where our posture's at now, so It's massive. Energy. It was a face-to-face. Ian went down and talked to this guy. So energy, getting in front of people and just having that posture around it.
Yeah. And
I was gonna not jump on because I'm not wearing any makeup today, so don't see
oh
me.
my
Bye,
God.
guys. And I've just done a mask, so my face is all pink. But I just wanted to jump on and talk a little bit about the Ultimate Pack, if you don't mind. I'll add my 2 bobs worth.
Yeah, you
All
can.
right.
Bobs. Yeah, go.
Awesome. So, like pretty much the Ultimate Pack is, like you said, it's the ultimate experience. But you know what? I just look at the Ultimate Pack like it's having a full tool belt. When you give somebody the Ultimate Pack, they have absolutely almost every single product in the range. And, you know, just everyone, like most people, 90% they say of people that start something will fail at everything that they ever do, including us. So when it comes to, you know, putting somebody on the products, as we know, when we start doing something, if it doesn't matter what it is, within 2 weeks, we're usually a bit bored and we're looking for something else. And so if we provide the best pack possible with all the products in there, and you, just like Josh and Lisa were saying, it's all about posture and your belief in their experience and how bad you want it for them. So, you know, if you need to, just borrow our belief until you really smash out those Ultimate Packs, then you'll start to really understand the enormity of how awesome it is to really set people up with the right tool belt. So I just say to people, you know what, we've got 3 packs available to you. I want to put you on the Mercedes-Benz model. It just means you're going to get the biggest tool belt available. It means you're going to have, you know, all the products to be able to try. And also when things get a little bit, you know, tedious or you feel like you're falling off the wagon, you've always got something to turn to. So we just say that the Ultimate Pack gives you the ultimate success. You're going to reach your ultimate goal and in record time. And that's what we want to do for people, is we want to, you know, propel them forward as fast as we can to their goals. And then it's just a matter of keeping them there, which is easy using the maintenance product. So, you know, I just said, and look, how bad do you want to succeed? Put everything into your first month. After your first month, we can pull back a couple of products if money's an issue. But let's get you on the biggest and best pack available first. And, you know, and then just like if you come at them talking about that, then you've got room to move, and they might say, oh, I can't quite afford that or whatever, and then you can step down to the other pack. But it really does come down to belief, and also, you know, take a good look at the reason why people are starting Isagenix. Have they been on a mouse wheel their entire life trying to smash goals that they've maybe smashed for 5 minutes and they've gone back to their old habits, which is most programs out there don't allow people a permanent change. And so, you know, people are used to starting things and not doing them properly. So, you know, we're not just, you know, we're actually trying to break through some really bad habits, like a lifetime of habits, which takes a while as well. So just remember, every single product in that Ultimate Pack is just supporting those people 1,000,000%. And that's, you know, that's how you market the Ultimate Pack, is just by knowing what you want for them. And you know what? There's nothing worse than having somebody come in and have a crappy experience and they just fall out the back door after you've just done all that work to help them on board, to hold their hand, to support them, to scream out their name every time they're smashing a cleanse day, which of course we know is harder when they don't have all the products, to then have them fall out the back door after the first 30 days because they don't enjoy their experience. There's nothing worse. So, you know, set them up on the right pack from the start, guys. Anyway, that's my 2 bobs worth. Bye.
No, that was awesome. And I actually really, like, I had never really thought about that fact. I mean, maybe it was Brett and Sammy or something that said the other night, you know, like it's you know, be the 5%er, or I heard it somewhere else. It's like, be the 5% of population that wins at something instead of being the 95% that falls off. And it's like, okay, so, but we're all human, right? So we're going to give you your 95% tool belt, so that when it does get a little bit tedious, and you know, and you're fasting, you can eat this cool bag of chips, you know, and you can also have a chocolate. How incredible! Like, who wouldn't want that? So, you know, perfect, amazing, incredible tips. And I hope that people that, you know, you guys on here, and I thank you so much for turning up, that you are really hearing that all it is just the verbiage. It's just the energy and it's just the words around it. And again, you've got to shake off your shit. You have to shake off your assumption that people will not want what you are offering. I think, you said it, Josh. Stop thinking that we've done something wrong. Stop thinking that we're offering something that people don't want as well, because you will never know. You will never know. If you are deep diving into these people's goals and their pain point, why would they not want it?
Yeah, I was looking for that word before, assumptions. I was looking for that word, was like, with the three guys that were on, I could have made assumptions about all of them and stopped contacting them because of things that I were making up in my own head. But, moving past that, and the assumptions around money and that sort of thing, if you really get locked into what their goal is, you're not making the assumptions, you're giving them the best options and to move forward,
I kind of liken it to phones. Just had this thought, about phones. People always go for the biggest option phone that's going to do the best thing for them. And they'll pay $870 for a phone that does everything bar cook their dinner without a second thought.
Plus, I think too, this whole thing is built around emotion. This entire business, like if you don't have a good heart, you'll never succeed in this business. It's all built from the heart. So it all comes from belief, your belief in you, your belief in the products, your belief in what this amazing company can do for people, both physically and financially. But you know what, like when it comes down to actually sharing the product and trying to get people on the product, it will bleed out of you. And I say to people all the time, all my sharers, it is so much like cutting open your heart and bleeding out on a plate for people. You want this more for them than what you want it for yourself, for the outcome. And when you really feel that, like when you really, really feel that for people, like for example, the guy that Josh was telling me that I signed up, he owns the local pub down here at Brooklyn. Is anyone from Sydney? No, you guys are all Queenslanders. So down here in Brooklyn, it's a sleepy. Oh, Kiwis too. Hey, Kiwis. So yeah, but down here in Brooklyn, it's a sleepy little old town. So old folk with old values. This guy is Dinky Di, and he owns the pub. So he runs the restaurant at the pub. He is a big man, and he has been suffering with his weight for many, many, many years. But you know what? Like, I fell in love with him. I fall in love with everyone that I end up getting into my business. And I think that's super powerful, because when you can really love people and you love them onto the products, you want everything for them. Like I said to him the other day, I want you to record today, because today's the day that I helped you change your life. And I'm so glad that you're ready, and I'm so glad that it's your time and you are worthy, because this man's been overweight his entire life. Like, people have so much baggage and so much pain. And if you put that first, you will want them to be on the ultimate pack, and you will want them to have a long-term journey. You won't coach them for 5 minutes. You'll coach them until, because people have stuff going on. And, like actually Josh and I are just about to start a group to try and help some inactives to jump back on board. Some people that have, because inactive to me just means these people have lost their way. They've lost their desire for smashing goals. They're sleeping, they're dormant, they're hibernating. So, we're trying to help these people to come back, but we're like, we need to angle this group towards helping people to emotionally connect to their goals again. So that's what our job is when we enroll people, but it's our job all the way through when we're helping these people. It's so important that we just handhold. Even if you drop the hand for a little while, just know that these people, they're always there, and they do always need that nurturing and that love. And so I've gone off on a tangent there, but it really is from the heart. So therefore, the ultimate pack and trying to promote the ultimate pack just should be a no-brainer. It's from the heart. You want the best for them, and you want them to feel every bit of what that nutrition is doing to explode the inside of their body. So that's it.
If you've got a little hang up on the ultimate pack, then people are going to feel it completely. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how much you talk about it, how much you think that it's going to be. or how much you put it in front of them, then they're just not going to take it, you know. So it's all about getting the posture around. And like Emma and Lisa said, you know, like it's about borrowing our belief if yours isn't quite there yet, you know. And then once you see these people really start to smash goals and stick around, you know, instead of smashing and dropping off because they've got that extra support, then you'll realize that, you know, it really is the one to have.
Yeah, and that was awesome. Thanks for just dropping in off the side, Em.
No worries, no makeup. I was like, I know I need to have a word now.
I said to you when I saw your picture on Facebook with your masks on, you should have rocked up with your masks on. That would have been cool. But yeah, I would have too. That's okay. I can't remember what I was gonna say. I was also gonna kind of just ask a question. So even to the broader group, do you have a problem earning the 100 PIB? Like, just hands up if you think that you have a problem earning the 100 PIB, or which could potentially be a $200 PIB from Isagenix. Do you actually have a problem being rewarded and earning that much money? No? Because remember, it's not about the money that you're earning, it's about what you're helping somebody with. And I think, I'm just going to say, because sometimes I think, oh my God, when somebody realizes that I just earned maybe $200 off them, that's kind of like a bit icky. That's my issue, not the other person's. And it's never to get the 100 PIB or the 200 PIB. It's never to get that. It's always in service of the other person's ultimate goals. So maybe, you know, you've got to do some work around that. That was
when I first started doing Isagenix, it was a week in and my energy went through the roof and I couldn't shut up. But when people started coming to me and I knew it was network marketing, I was icky about it. So I had massive issues around it. But as soon as I got to my first event and I started seeing all the people that were actually succeeding, and they were just like me, emotional human beings, people that love to love on other people. The most successful people up on the stage were the most loving, caring, beautiful humans I'd ever seen. And so I was like, this is incredible. I love this. And why am I holding back from sharing? I'm helping people to change their life. And so I get paid for an ultimate pack, it's $100 PIB. Do you think that's a lot of money to actually handhold and coach somebody for 30 days every single day? If you were to look at the hours that you actually put into helping coach those people, it's actually not about PIB. The PIB is amazing, but really it's about helping people to achieve their goals and get what they want, and helping their people to do the same and their people to do the same. And in return, you get financial freedom and time, and you get, you know, the reward of really being able to help change somebody's life.
This one's full icky about cash, you know what I mean, and taking money. If you go out for lunch with her, if we're with a group, man, she's just like, I'll pay for it. Yeah. I'll pay for the lot, you know what I mean, because she doesn't like the, you know, the whole money thing. But you know, like as soon as you take that away from it, like Em saying, you know what I mean, you take that part out of it, then you know, you don't even worry about it. It doesn't become, I mean, PIB's now is just like it's just a thing that happens, you know what I mean. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much it is. It's just the same. It's the same support. It's the same everything. It's completely gone. It's completely off that, you know.
Plus, you know, when I was a beauty therapist, before Isagenix, I was a beauty therapist. I worked from home, had 3 kids, and these people would walk out the door feeling like marshmallows and feeling amazing. I loved my job, but I couldn't charge anyone. I was useless at taking people's money. I'm still the same if I go out to a cafe and stuff. But when I look at Isagenix, it's a bit different. You don't take their money directly. You take their credit card and you give them a product. Isagenix pays you the money. Just like you're doing a job, Isagenix pays you in rewards as to how hard you're working and whether you're following the Isagenix compensation plan structure. So it's not your friends and family that are actually giving you that PIB. It's Isagenix. You're just helping them to order their product and you get to be their hand holder. So, you know, I think when you take that away, then it's like, oh, well, you know, it's not as scary as I thought. And all these people that are just, they don't know what they don't know when it comes to network marketing. So you you cop any judgment. It's just because people don't understand what we do. They don't understand, you know, also what the products do until they've actually felt it inside their body. So, you know, at the start I was really sensitive to that, but then I just started understanding that people will never understand this until they get the products in their body. Never. So don't, you know, just let the opinions of others, if there are some, just fall over you like confetti. Don't allow it to affect your energy, because your energy is really powerful. Your energy can help a lot of people to get well and to, you know, to completely transform their health and their bank account if they choose. So you have a powerful weapon. Every single human is the same. We're all the same. We all have the same insecurities. We're all scared. Yeah, fall over you like confetti. But it's true. Like, just let it be light, because as soon as you let that stuff fall down on you and get heavy, and trust me, like, we've all been there. Like, we all let people's opinions affect us. I remember when I first started Isagenix, I was like a bunny rabbit. Like, I had so much energy. I was bouncing around, and I was at the gym one day, and this girl who I knew from the gym came up to me and she said, "Oh my God, you're looking so good. You're dropping kilos." And she said, like, you know, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh my God, it's Isagenix. So amazing." At that point, I had been encouraged to share by my sponsor. And I said to her, "Isagenix is amazing. How about if I send you some information?" Which is what we taught to say. And one of my first people, she just rejected me by saying, "No, thanks." Like, she's obviously heard about Isagenix before. She has a thing about network marketing. So, you know, that was her reaction. I took it to heart so much that I felt so awkward around her for such a long time. But you know what? Like, those little things, they teach you how to be stronger, and they teach you also that, you know, people just don't know what they don't know until they get these products. And she signed up in my business about 2 years later, about 7 levels deep with somebody else. So I planted the seed, even though she didn't sign up with me. So it was a bittersweet moment. She was very down emotionally before Isagenix, which is probably why she had the reaction with me that she had. People have stuff you don't even know about. And she had the most epic emotional results. And I felt so chuffed that I could have been the first person that got to speak to her about that. So, you know, so just don't allow the baggage to come on, and also just, you know, have belief in what we are actually doing. If you believe in these products, you should definitely be building this business and helping other people to do the same. If your belief isn't 100%, you definitely need to go to work on that first. Otherwise, nothing will move.
Yeah, awesome. I could just listen to you forever. I was just like, sorry.
It's not even my call. I'm getting away. I'm going away. Bye.
No, thank you. Like, there was just some really massive, like, golden nuggets just dropped by both of you. So, no, I was hoping, Em, that you were going to drop in anyway. I did ask Josh if you were going to.
I really didn't mean to, like, hijack for the last 20 minutes. Sorry, guys. I've made the call so long too.
No, that's
so
okay.
late for you Kiwis.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say from my heart to your hearts, thank you so much for sharing, and just open up for anyone to ask if anybody has any questions before we jump off, or even to come on and say thank you and maybe give that one golden nugget that they've taken away from this. You guys can open up, unmute yourself, say thanks, and ask any questions before we jump off. Anybody got anything?
Come on.
Right, we were crap. We were so crap. Okay, bye.
No, Susan.
I'll speak. No, that was awesome. Everything. Even explaining the packs. I'm just sitting here nodding, saying I started on a 30-day. So guess what I share? The 30-day.
Yeah.
So that share was awesome. But just everything you guys have said. That's like Lisa said, some really massive nuggets there. But I 100% agree with you with the love of the product. Like I personally had, all I ever wanted was weight loss. I never ever got it. And then I got that. But my biggest thing that I got out of Isagenix for me personally was my mindset and the positivity. It's something I've never ever had. And so now, like when I share, I think I was so desperate to lose weight, but I just did not realize where else I was in my life until I realized now where I really am. So to hear that, and that's what I share, is just, it's the love of the product, and it's actually the positivity that comes out of it, and the weight loss is a bonus.
That's
Perfect,
awesome.
Sue's hard out. That's awesome. Yeah, and so you've got that mindset around the products. You've got the mindset, and obviously, you know, if you can get more products into them and more products in front of them with the ultimate pack, then you're winning. Yeah, so that's cool.
I must say, Suze,
Yeah.
I actually really struggled at the start to market the President's Pack when the President's Pack was started. And that was because I started on a 30-day too, because my husband wouldn't let me start on anything higher. So therefore I had baggage around marketing the bigger packs. But I remember Emma, the girl who enrolled me, had said before, like, that's your issue. You need to market the best thing for them. And so once I kind of got my head around that and I started to practice, got better and better, because I would practice every time. It's like, you know, when David Wood says, just get in the uncomfortable zone. That was so uncomfortable for me at the start to talk about it. But then once I started to notice the difference in the results that people were having, and they just seemed to be having a better time, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to give them everything now. Like, they deserve it. And it's not that much extra as well. So,
Yep.
It's funny because I wouldn't say, like, when I look at the different packs, like 30-day premium and ultimate pack, I can't see a massive difference in people's results, but I can definitely see a difference in the retention and them carrying on because they're getting a better time, They're having more support, they're getting through their 30 days happier, so they want to carry on. So, yeah, for sure.
Okay, yep.
And I think that I think I've done some like wording and verbiage around, I think I've done it with Daniel, you know, like to share your truth, you know, like to say, you can say to people, do you know what? I started on the 30-day system, but I wish I had started on the ultimate pack because I had to buy all those extra pieces because I wanted to know it all and they were incredible. So, you know, like you can share that truth anyway, you know, you've just got to work out how to do it. So, yeah.
I like what you said earlier about the ultimate pack. Sorry, your ultimate goals, because that had never really popped up before. But like, I mean, just that stuff really does work. You know what I mean? You're not manipulating them into anything, but you know, we want them to get their ultimate goals by saying, you know, what is your ultimate goal? And then the first pack that you talk about, well, actually, we just said that the only pack that you talk about, and then you zip your mouth is the ultimate pack, right? You know, so I like that.
Absolutely. Drop it 3 times. Get somebody, like, you can drop it 3 times into a conversation. And even, you know, in other types of selling, you know, if you can get somebody to actually verbally agree with you with what you're saying, so they say yes to you 3 times, and then there's more than likely not a positive outcome. But that's just.
And silence is golden, at least. Like, you know, silence is golden. That little pause. Yeah, that little pause is like, it's powerful. You get them really thinking, you know. So
it was so hard.
It's super awkward, isn't it?
Yep.
To sit there and stare at someone and be like, and I'm just going to let you talk and I'm going to sit here for a little bit.
It was really, it was so difficult. It's just like, da-da. And it's almost like, it becomes a battle of wills as to who's going to talk first. So it's just like, someone wants to break it.
Cricket, the tumbleweed. Yeah.
All right. If anyone else has got anything to say, or just come on and pass your gratitude across to Josh and Emma, you know, that would be incredible. And
or we can all just be quiet.
We can all practice the silence.
I'll quickly come on and just say thank you. It was absolutely lovely. I was a little bit late joining in, so sorry for my tardiness. I absolutely loved the talking about going back to your inactives. I've actually just had a look at my back office, which I've been very slack at, and had a look, and I've got quite a few who have gone to sleep, so to speak. So it sort of got me fired up to actually get in touch with them. I sort of feel like maybe I've sort of let them down, so I'm almost like embarrassed to go back to them, because I feel like, have I not done enough for them to get them the results that they wanted? But I think, you know, at the end of the day, everyone is an adult as well, so you know, you've got to be in charge of your own future. So, but I think it's just probably given me a bit more of the incentive to get in touch with everyone else, so and hopefully get people.
Awesome, Georgia. And what we were saying as well was that we've actually even gone down through the downline, because as you know, like, we've got fallen soldiers that are personally enrolled by us, and they are fallen soldiers just like we are fallen soldiers sometimes, but we don't expect from our sponsor to pick us up every time we fall off the wagon, right? So they don't expect that of us either. But it is you know, it's part of our job to keep help lifting them up, and that's what gets them active, but that's what helps them reach their goals, and that's what brings your cycles back up as well. So you know, Josh and I were like, we kind of had a bit of an awakening a few weeks ago. We were like, you know, we should be reaching out to our inactives and trying to help re-inspire them, but also that imagine if you had a person that enrolled under you and they maybe enrolled like 3 or 4 people, but they didn't support those people at all, and you know, the person that you enrolled never really wanted to do the business, so that they have no urge to lift those people up ever again. So imagine if you were able to go down through the little pins on your back office and actually start digging around and finding people and connecting with them through there, you know, and saying like, you don't know me, but you know, I'm just letting you know, I know that you've had amazing results in the past. You know, I used to see you flashing up on the group all the time, and you know, sometimes we have things in our life that just get in the way, and you know, but I'm really looking at smashing my own personal goals over the next 30 days, and I'm just wondering if you'd like any accountability. And so, you know, people are so grateful, and you know what, especially the people that you don't know, it seems that sometimes they're the ones who trust you the most and that listen to you the most and the most inspired by you. So definitely reaching out, but not just looking at your personally enrolled, like really have a look through your downline and see who's in there. Yeah.
Can I ask a question on that? Sorry to jump in.
Yeah.
Did you speak to your personally enrolled about going down into that and doing that?
We have with certain people, but if we know that the people haven't, you know, that they're just never going to awaken themselves and that their people haven't, then I don't bother.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the inactive ones, if the person's still active, they're not, you know, that they're not really supporting their people, we'll go to them first and be like, hey, listen, this is what we're planning on doing. If you want to jump on board and do the same, then, you know, reach out to your people. But if they're not keen on, you know, going through and trying to reactivate some of their sleeping or the fallen, then, you know, then we get them like a referral, you know what I mean? We get the permission to go past and have those conversations.
Yeah. And would you pick
just to clarify, if the people are still active and we know for sure that they were actively building at one time and supporting their people, then definitely be asking them first. But if we know that, you know, by first glance, we know for sure that those people were never really building or supporting their people, then I don't bother making the effort to ask. But in saying that, Heidi's my direct upline, and she reaches out all the time down through the downlines and doesn't ask me permission to coach any of my people. So I guess I've learnt the lesson of, you know, I just need to be okay with people being from above reaching down to my people, and it's all for the benefit of everyone. All the cycles go up, everyone, you know. So but in saying that, at the start when I was still growing and emotionally was like, oh well, I'm trying to do my job here of supporting these people and you're now sending them messages as well, that's, you know, that's overkill and all that sort of stuff. So but in saying that, you know, there's definitely some fallen soldiers down there that that will get completely missed if we don't reach out to them. So it's all
And would you text, email, or call? What would be your point of contact?
When you go down through your pins, unless they're personally enrolled, or I can't find the emails, you know what I mean? So when you click on through the pins going downwards, you only get a phone number and a Facebook. So it's like that's basically the only two sort of options that you get. You get a Facebook and a phone number. So.
Yeah. So you
can try and look up their name on Facebook. You might even already have them as a friend and you don't even know.
Yeah.
Or you can just look them up and then just try and find some mutual friends, and then you'll know that that's your person. So I believe the best way to contact anybody is always through Facebook, because we want to coach them through Facebook. We want to do everything through Facebook. But if we've only got a phone number or an email, then that's the best way to contact them for sure. So we've been like formulating templates and stuff like that and trying to give them to our leaders so that they can help leach down through the downline, but also for our personally, like, you know, we worked out, I think I've enrolled 150 something people. Josh has done, what was it? 70 something, 80. Yeah. So there's a lot of fallen soldiers in our personally enrolled alone, you know. So
the one thing that was a light bulb for me is that one of the first people, I think it was the second guy that we enrolled, he went exec in 28 days, and he enrolled so many people. He was on the inside leg. I think he had like at one stage 500 people under him, and because he wasn't supporting his people, he dropped off and everyone else dropped off with him, and so there's all of these people that have never had like actual proper support. So I'm so that's what was, that's what I wanted to go down for. And I suppose that was the whole reason about going further than just your personally enrolled people that have fallen away, is that I can see all of these people, and there's still some people down there, like way down, that are still ordering, so it's just going down and finding where all of these gems are that have, that I know smashed their health goals. And because he dropped off and they lost support, they dropped off as well. But, it's just about reigniting them, because they've, at some stage they said yes because they were in a place. And I'm sure that they'll be, not all of them, some of them might have gone on to better, success, but I'm sure that the majority of them will be back into that same spot.
Plus, even have a think about how many people are down through your downline, levels and levels deep, that might be terminated, and so then that's our responsibility to go down and say, look, hey, things get in the way. It's been a couple of years since you've ordered. You have been terminated, but we're just starting a new group just to try and, awaken the hibernating. I'm not sure if your sponsor above is keen to maybe get back on board with you. If so, then we can re-enroll you under them, or, there's loads of different options that you can do there. But either way, that person can be re-enrolled, and somebody can be benefiting from the PIB, but also, we can really try and get them racing for their goals again. And you know what? Like, when I think about Isagenix and the company and how that can actually impact our company as a whole, like bring us all back to momentum as well, is actually helping the fallen soldiers as much as we're concentrating on the enrolling new people.
Because the hard conversation's already been had, right? It's already been talked about, all of the products and the why to do Isagenix and this and that. It's just now getting them back in touch with their goals, where they were, how they used to feel, after their first 30 days, and then just sparking that fire again.
Awesome. Beautiful. So good. Yeah. So good. And I think that now, if we're to talk about rehibernation and coming out, it's now really is the time coming into spring.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Massive tangent, huh? We just went over here a little
bit. Thank you. All right. So now it's like nearly 11 o'clock for our New Zealand guys, so I'm sure that they're really, really tired and they want to go to bed. But again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you two for adding such incredible value tonight. It was just, absolute golden. So we have to have...
Man, you do so much for, the community. When you're, at the Super Saturdays, you always go, I love listening to you, you know what I mean? So anytime. And anyone that's on the, on the calls, if you want like a rambling Kiwi to jump on a three-way call, I'm always here for anything, you know what I mean? So, it's funny because like I went to a New Year's kickoff about a year ago in Auckland, and I messaged around some of the team, and I was like, hey, what is it about, my leadership or whatever that you really think? And like, and two things, people were like, if you can do it, anyone can. And people can sometimes take it as like an offensive thing, but I think that's the gold thing, is that I always go back to tools. I always make sure it can duplicate, because I'm not someone that can, I'm not the smartest person out there, you know what I mean? So I just make sure that
wait, what?
Yeah, I keep it nice and simple.
Really?
It's recorded. It's recorded.
But thank you for
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Pleasure. I love that.
Please.
Yeah, I know. Like, please, I'd say from like a guy's point of view, for our other team who might be watching, but Dan and anyone else, it's like, do use Josh. He has an incredible story, from the start and then even all the way through the middle. So, you have an incredible power, an incredible story to share with people. And then, of course, just putting the tools into place. So, reach out to him. If you're not friends with him on Facebook, send him a request, and then you can start stalking him and using him for three-way chats and stuff like that. But again, you guys, incredible. This was so much better than I envisaged it ever being. So thank you so much. So.
No worries.
All right. Night, everyone.
Good night,
See you guys.
See ya.